Newman took from Lake Point. Look at that. We are starting to get closer and closer to the full moon. But what are we expecting to see for our There For You weather headlines? Well, again, cooler temperatures are on tap. And then we do have a high wind watch for parts of Utah County. And then when we take a look at the beginning of the work week, definitely feels like fall, and we start to return towards average for our temperatures. Again, still being on the dry side. So again, we see plenty of wind still hanging around for us, especially around the Wasatch Front. So we expect to see that it is a bit gusty out there. It will continue not only just today, but also going into tomorrow. And that's all thanks in large part to this cold front with its parent system over towards parts of British Columbia, bringing in some snow and rain for parts of the more northern Rockies. But again, we're staying dry. We saw some shower activity here earlier this morning, but not much. We continue to see that smoke will start to pile in a little bit more for parts of the earlier parts of Sunday. You can see that some smoke plumes can be on the thicker side, but as that cold front continues to move through, that'll help clear us out. We are still expected to see around moderate air quality for quite a few areas in western Utah and of course over towards eastern Nevada. But for a lot of us, we're still going to see green. So again, in the Uinta Basin, also southwest Utah. Once we take a look at that high wind watch though, this is where it's going to be really. So parts of the Utah Valley and mostly from Provo north is where we're going to see some of the strongest gusts. Again, it starts at 3 p.m., will last until midnight, and we can see wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour, but sustained winds will be between 25 and 35 miles an hour. Once we take a look at futurecast winds, so once we take a look at that time frame around 3 o'clock, we can see that wind gusts will be around the 20s, 30s, and even starting to pick up as that cold front continues to move through. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you're out and about, such as the state fair. So again, we'll see temperatures slowly starting to cool down, but plenty of sunshine still hanging around for us. So it's not going to be all terrible. It just will be windy. Taking a look at the regional forecast for the overnight lows tonight and going into tomorrow, we're expecting to see overnight lows around the 50s for quite a few of us. Temperatures ranging around the 70s again for a bunch of us in northern Utah. In St. George, we're expecting to see the temperatures hang around the low 90s, drop down to the mid 80s by Monday. Going into Tuesday, we start to see a little bit more of that shower activity, 90s returning for us, the averages. And going over towards the Wasatch Front, we're expecting to see that we have temperatures hanging around the 70s, 60s by Monday, and then we start to get towards our average. So Nick, even though we do see a little bit of that little taste of fall, it's not fully here just yet.
Yeah, but it sure does look